Hello everybody, my name's Josh. I'm your fitness and sports instructor for today. We're doing this live from CFB Halifax Dockyard, and today's theme is a force focus. So basically we're going to focus on a couple of different things. We're going to try to talk about having a vertical spine for lifting, basically lifting mechanics in general. We'll break down some discussion on torque and also core's role in distal strength. Make sure that you have your water nearby, that if you want music today, that you get that playlist queued up and find a balance with the stereo audio on that and whatever's putting out this. And for equipment, it's pretty simple. Today I just have a 20 kilogram sandbag like the ones we actually use in the actual test. And so hopefully you can find something that can approximate this load. Okay, well you're gathering that, queuing up music, setting your water on the side, finishing tying your shoes, that kind of thing. I'll just make sure we get our, disclaimer out of the way. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to CAF members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to CAF personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not CAF members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult a doctor before beginning any program, we invite all people who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and that corresponding reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in today's video, it's recommended that you stop, consult a healthcare provider. And if you're a CAF member and you have an injury, please remember your CF98 report form. That's mandatory, and it'll make sure that everyone's covered for liability purposes. Great, so that's the housekeeping. All right, so basically, I did want to talk about lifting in general. I'll give you a couple of different views. Perhaps side view is the best for this. So, in general, when you're lifting something, you want to stand as close to it as you can. Okay? What that's going to do is reduce the distance between you and the load, and in practice, in physical terms, the moment arm length is going to be shortened. Okay? Let me try to put it this way. If I have my arms out like this and I'm lifting an object, the weight acting at this point here on my hand is having a significantly greater torque effect at my shoulder. So the same force applied here is going to be felt at the axis of rotation to a larger degree. Okay? So what I'm saying then is if we can keep the load in right to the body or as close to the body as we can, then that length is going to change drastically. And since torque equals force times moment arm length, then it's a factor, a multiple factor, okay? So that's quite significant in how much force is required using the different techniques. Okay, because I do see people kind of stand too far away from the bag, and then they kind of lean in like so, and then, I'm not even going to do it here today, and then lift it kind of with strong arm position like this. Can't tell you how hard that is compared to standing right over the bag, keeping those arms just as attachments, okay, because we want to use our core and our legs. The arms are just hooks to grab the object. Okay, we're not trying to muscle it with the biceps. So arms are straight down. Spine is going to stay as straight as possible. Okay, we get a comfortable grip and then stand up here. Okay, the load's right by the hips, and in order to touch that line, which is a meter off the ground, we can just kind of use the hips a little bit. You see, I don't want to extend all the way out, but rather get on top of the bag and kind of touch it in there. As little distance away from the midline of your body where your center mass is located as possible. And I kind of say this stuff one-on-one when I see it happening on the gym floor, but why not just make a point of it and see if we can't have this library go a little further at times, right? So there's that. Also, what am I talking about when it comes to core's role in distal strength? You can have strong arms and legs, but if our core is soft, then what's going to happen is, in that example where I'm out here and there's a force, the force is going to tend to rotate at my shoulder. Also, the next one is here at the hips, right? Okay, so I'm going to have some flexion here at the spine. That's another axis of rotation that we can kind of we can eliminate some of that that movement that we don't want, the unwanted movement. Basically, you get that core nice and strong, and you're not going to fold in that point of weakness. Okay, so we'll create a nice strong girdle. It's similar to having like a weight belt on for powerlifting. We get that nice and tough, then all that, even if there is a bit of torque, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, we're going to be able to manage it, okay, with a nice solid core. So today, and let's talk about the types of fitness involved in force testing. You have your running mechanics, so efficient movement patterns for moving your body to run. You have strength that's necessary, especially your posterior strength and pulling strength. You have specific conditioning, okay, so in the case here, you have some muscular endurance that we want to account for. Core, mobility, balance, and skill. Those are just some, let's say, of the components involved in this. And today we're going to focus on strength, specifically with lower body lifting, and the skill associated with that based on what I just said. We're going to put that in practice, and I'll try to keep queuing you up for that. Core and a bit of mobility. Okay, so we're going to do some stabilization drills, some planking, donkey kicks, glute bridges, floor crunch. So basically we're going to do a lot of core stabilization, so work on core's role in distal strength, and skill and specific conditioning's role on lifting mechanics and strength. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll show you a few demos here before we get into 2 or 3 rounds of this. All right, it's more important that we take the time to learn sometimes, and that it's not just about a sweat when it comes to some of these answers. So, front plank, we've seen this before, but we're going to do it, right? Just a reminder that we want the elbows under the shoulder, and we're going to have our spine nice and straight, maybe a little bit of a flexion going on just to engage that core, okay? And we're going to pull the forearms into the knees and vice versa. Slight tuck of the chin. So that's from the knees, and I can feel that because of the voluntary engagement going on, right? I'm activating this willfully, okay? If we want to bring it up a notch, we can change the fulcrum, okay, or the point where the body is pivoting, essentially. So just from the toes, and you can do the same thing. Pull the forearms to the feet and vice versa. Okay, and let's leave it at that for options because we're going to stack this with a side plank. So 30 seconds of an active front plank is going to be better for us than a lazy minute-long plank. Okay, it's going to be better for our back. We're going to prevent that lumbar sag and the associated injury waiting to happen in that department. So forget that, we're going to do it safely. For a side plank, let's start with the knees bent, elbow under the shoulder, hips, knees and shoulders in a straight line, and we're just going to get the head nice and straight so there's none of this neck cranking stuff going on. Shoulders back, and same idea, you can just squeeze in a little bit, the belly button into the spine and the forearm towards the knees and the other way as well. Another way to make this a little harder is bring up one leg like this when you do it. Or you can stack your feet like this. Some people like having their hand up here for like positioning. If you want, if you're falling a little bit, you take that front leg scissor it in front and either end up here or here. We're going to go 20 seconds per side on that, and it's a little painful, but the gains are worth it. Okay, donkey kick. We're going to be in this hands and knee position, and unlike a bird dog where we kind of go opposite, this tends to be quite unstable, okay? So what I want to do is I want to slow things down today and make it nice and stable and tight. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we're just going to breathe in, chin slightly tucked, exhale. Okay, so we're not going to worry about getting up here with the foot. We're going to bring the knee in with the inhale so it doesn't have to come right under the hip. As you breathe in, it can go forward a bit. What this is doing is stretching out the glutes. And then exhale, stop without excessive curvature in the lower back. And we're going to pump out the reps on one side, then switch to the other, 10 reps per side. I know we can do it. Just modify it, take a little off the contraction if need be. And then we're going to stack that with another exercise, the glute bridge. So that one there is both sides at the same time. We're down here, palms down, feet at 90, breathe in, exhale. So yes, you want the hips to fully extend, but you don't want to let your core go. You want to bring it in and tight. So tighten that up as you come into full hip extension. And we're just going to do it this modified way as a way to basically finish or top off the failure going on with the first exercise for the area. Okay, so 10 per side and then 10 of those. And then floor crunch. So we did some rectus abdominis work with our front plank, but let's make sure that we get all the blood in the front of the abdominals and we start to get in a little bit of flexion of the spine so that we can stretch out the back and fully develop the anterior core muscles with a basic floor crunch, but that's going to do the trick. Wait till you feel it later. Hands on the side of the head, breathe in, exhale. We're just going to be in there. Just nice focused reps, and a strong core is going to take the pain out of your back and make you nice and solid for any of your lifting. Okay, so we're going to do all the core stuff first, and then we're going to be a little tired, but we're going to focus on the skill components of lifting the sandbag. And for that, we're going to go with probably like 10-15 repetitions. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead right into a warm-up and begin this one. Actually, let me show you what I'm talking about, I guess, in full demo. Okay, so you're going to come up here for 10 to 15 reps, get over the bag, hands down, shoulders back, core tight. We're going to see how straight we can keep that back, right? Breathing in. If you can keep the spine vertical and get low, it puts you in a really compact, kind of uncomfortable, tight position, but then you're in a really strong position. We're not going to worry about touching the wall. We're just going to focus on getting our spine vertical and the bag as close as we can to the body. Okay, so getting in here, standing all the way up, and then inhale, keeping those knees from collapsing inward. Okay, so we're going to keep them like so and not coming in. Simple as that. We're going to get the volume in. This is specific training, and that's what's going to pay efficiently. Okay, for a warm-up, let's not go too crazy. We're not going to be doing any explosive running today, but we do want to get nice and warm through the legs, the back. Okay, and now the same intensity and height of the hop, just to the side. Okay, back to center. 1 foot back, and you're just hopping back and forth. Just different ways to move at a nice low intensity. Okay, back and front like this, hip square to me, and getting the knees up a little bit. Back here. Before we go jumping around too much, let's focus on the hip joint. So let's step over a fire hydrant, hips stay kind of square, step back. Let's do that 4 times. So let's keep it going. 2. Try to make it big and deliberate with lots of control. Okay, good. And other side. Same thing, good control, bring it in, large arc. 1. Last one. Thumbs back, arm circles. We're still going to get back on the feet here for a bit after this. Other way. So no push-ups, no rows today, that kind of thing. But again, there's a theme for today, and as long as you can justify a mode of training, it's going to lead to, at least theoretically, a move in the right direction. Open it up like this. I've never trained and not benefited, right? Okay, here we go, up like this. Okay, hips, feet hip width, tight core, neutral spine, as we just kind of go into a hula hoop motion. Might sound funny or whatever, but I'm feeling that on the outside hips, kind of toying with the hamstrings. Other way. We got more than enough time to get a proper warm up and cool down here. Okay, and side to side like this. Okay, back on the toes. Now we're going to get on the balls of the feet and bring the heels back towards the hips. Okay, back to into some jumping jacks. Starting to sweat now, right? That's about what we're looking for. Good. Into a lifting position. Feet opened up slightly into a moderate width of your base of support here. Tight core. Trying to keep the spine as vertical as possible. Breathe in. Okay, and exhale, come on up. Essentially, you want the spine in the direct opposition of gravity, which is coming down to the earth at a right angle. So the more we can get in direct opposition to that vector, that force vector, the more of the force is being applied in the right direction. The resultant force is greater in the Y direction, which is the direction we're working in. Okay, opening up those hips, tight core. Good. Now into a high plank, kind of priming the core just a bit. Okay, we'll take your left foot outside the left hand. Hips are square, knees off the ground. Tighten the core, breathe in. Hand by the lead foot, let's take it up into slow rotation. Making sure that back is healthy. Back into your plank, other side. Nice and tight, same thing. Breathe in, exhale, rotate carefully. I see people going way back. I hope you have the range for that. Okay, let's do one more of each. I'm recommending perpendicular to the ground here. Okay, last side. Good, coming out, and then just carefully come up to your feet. That's a pretty decent warm-up right there. Let's grab a little bit of water and we'll get started with round one. 20 after 12, live from Halifax. You can take the man and his spry field, but you can't take the spry field out of the man. Here we are. It's almost as good as my living room with that wood stove going. Okay, so again, 30-second front plank, 20-second side plank per side, 10 reps per side donkey kick. Follow that with 10 reps glute bridge, 10 to 15 reps floor crunch, 10 to 15 reps sandbag lift, or half of the requirement on the gym floor. In this case, with the actual 20 kg, it doesn't matter, whatever seems to be an appropriate sub-maximal estimation for you today. Excellent. Over to your mat. We're going to get set for round one, front plank, 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Halfway, nice squeeze towards the hands and feet. Last 10 seconds. Do what you can. If you have to come out of shape, that's great. That's what I want. Time. And my physiotherapist is going to be happy about today. All right, getting set for one side or the other side plank. Line it up how we discussed earlier. Ready, set, go. Just 20 seconds, it's gonna add up. I think we can fit 3 rounds in today. That's halfway, right? We're not looking for quantity, we're looking for quality. Last 5 seconds. Time. I'm just seeing how many buzzwords I can fit into today's video. How am I doing so far? Is anyone keeping a running tally? Ready, set, go. Five seconds. Time. Good. However, pretty soon after round one, you won't be thinking I'm throwing smoke and mirrors at you. These are straight fundamentals. Okay, back to your hands and knee position. Getting set for donkey kick. Pick a side, right? If you got a weak side, maybe start with that. Ready, set, go. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, don't overarch, but come up to full straightness with the leg. 5. Last 2. Good. Back to both hands and knees down. Okay, ready for the other side. Ready, set, inhale, bring it up a bit. Exhale, out here. In, exhale, 2. My core's on fire, I'm sweating. It's exactly what we're talking about here. Hope you're liking it as much as I am. 6. Last 2. Good. With minimal rest, the definition of a superset, same area superset, okay? We're We're going to get ready for hip bridges or hip extension work. Ready, set, breathe in. Exhale, both up. Horn and tight. Breathe in. 2. Halfway. Last 2. Good. Carefully get to a standing position. And we are looking at lifting our sandbag-like object, our reasonable facsimile. Okay, 10 to 15 reps, water break, intermission. Standing close as you can to the bag. Again, arms are straight down, shoulders back. You want to keep that bag close to your center mass, spine as vertical as you can. So you're going to try to get yourself in this position. If you can't, then we're going to have to hinge a little bit while keeping your back nice and straight. So at least keep a straight spine, and then the idea is how vertical can I get that neutral spine, okay, for maximum efficiency. Ready, set, breathe in, come down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. Last 5. If you got it in you, if not, again, I want you to stop. Do what's appropriate for drop the ego. 13. Last 1. Okay, let's take a little water break. How's everyone feeling now? Nicole, David, what's going on? You're probably sweating like I am at this point. Let's keep it going. A little bit of water's not going to hurt you. So, just a little point about that lift. We're staying really close to the bag, and we're keeping that spine vertical. Again, on the actual test, we got to touch a 1 meter line, right, which is about here. So it's just keep it moving smooth, keep that core tight, start to extend the hips, use the hips a little bit, but don't overextend. Try to stay as close as you can, touch that marker and let it drop. Side shuffle over, okay? Some of these nuances are overly idiosyncratic, but worth mentioning. It's going to be the ongoing battle, and awareness is the key. And I'm seeing a changing culture, right? Ever since we started adopting the force test, we have people lifting, doing all that stuff that is more in line with the occupational standards. So I think that it's working if you look at the data. All right, another 30 seconds, and we'll be looking at 12:30 bang on. Round 2 begins. So our pace is kind of moderate, right? What we're doing today is a reasonably high volume, low intensity, and that's going to be about right. Other days we focus more on the warm-up and the cool-down, and the body of the workout short and intense. Like that might be a power theme, or the running mechanics kind of angle of looking at force preparation. Good enough? Ready? Into your plank. Round 2, set, go. We don't have to overthink it. It's not complex. Strong core equals less pain. Less pain equals more fun. Halfway. Five seconds. Time. Okay, back into your side plank position. Again, only 20 seconds. Maybe we could do more, but I'd rather us, if we want to make it harder, don't extend the time. Extend how much contraction you're willing to put into it and how much you're willing to put into exact nice lines. Alignment, body positioning, right? Ready. Get in your position, set, go. These fundamentals are the medicine. Last 5 seconds. Time. Slowly come out and shift it over. Whew. Went to a massage yesterday at Physio, felt amazing. Tomorrow is physio, Friday's physio, and I'm going to keep doing that till it gets better and then go once a week. Okay, and try to get in the pool when it makes more sense. Ready, set, go. Five seconds. Time. Okay, that was feeling good. Whatever you didn't get out of that, we'll just keep moving forward and get that cumulative failure through subsequent sets of various exercises using the variety approach, right? Less strain on one area, which means we'll wake up less sore and more of the body will have been affected to a lesser extent. Hands in knee position, ready for a donkey kick. Ready, set, go. 10 on one side. Six. 8. Last 2. One more. Good. Switch sides. Ready, set, breathe in, knee forward, hip square, exhale, extend but not overly. Inhale. 2. 3. Just working on your control of those little nuances every rep. 4. 5. 7. Last 2. Good. Flip it over. We're going to finish that off with your glute bridge, palms down, knees 90 degrees. Breathe in. Exhale, core in, hips extend. 1. 2. 6. 8. Last 2. Good. Control of your spine as you get up. And we're going to get into the floor crunch. Did we miss the floor crunch last time? If we did, I apologize. I think we did. Let's lie here. Hands on the side of the head. 10 to 15 reps. Ready? Breathe in. Exhale, come on up. Yep, we did miss it. 2. 6. 9. 5 left. 13. Last 2. Good. Get yourself back up. And if you do happen to be using a sandbag or something that's tied up with a handle on one side, like a bag of rice or whatever, I'm basically scooping on the one side like so, and then I'm grabbing the handle or the pigtail, right, on the other side. So I'm just going to switch it around, so I'm doing the opposite thing. Okay? Just place different strains on the shoulders and the way the arms are placed. Okay, same thing, slow it down, but it's going to be specific and well practiced. 10 to 15 reps, the actual event. Ready, set, go, breathe in. Tight core, exhale, come on up. Nice and close, exhale up, spine vertical. Those are the 2 things to focus on. 3. The grip's a bit of an issue too, but that's part of it. 5. 7. 8. Nice and stable through the knees. 10. Last 5. Last 3. Good. Another thing that I might point out here regarding lifting technique and approach to training here, we're doing these reps really slow. So we're spending more time under tension. More force is being placed on those muscles, right? When you add it all up, there's more work being done. Also, by being so slow and calculated, we're also taking all the jarring, all those kind of ballistic forces off the spine, and we're making this nice and safe, a nice and safe way to get healthier and stronger while we prep in a specific modality. Okay? Take a little bit of rest, grab some water if you need it. We're going to get ready for one more round. We're going to do all the same stuff and still have time for a full body stretch. I'm not rushing today. I'm literally trying to teach the need for bringing it down a notch for all those things I've been mentioning. Okay, so let's do that and we'll stay focused. Sometimes I talk about breathing and meditating. We're doing that now. We're just moving at the same time. Ending up with stronger legs, glutes, core, obliques, right? Everything's coming along. Let's just keep it up. Everyone wants the outcome, but we have to value the journey. Okay, just wait for the weekend, or you'll have, what, 2 out of 7. Those aren't good, that's not a good percentage of enjoying life. So you know what? The weekend will eventually come, but hour by hour, let's enjoy it, right? Enjoy right now. Enjoy that shower. Enjoy the walk later and all that stuff, right? Enjoy your glass of water. Okay, let's kick right into it and start moving meditation once more. Get set, ready, go. This is the last one, so feel free to posture ideally, squeeze a little extra. Halfway. Strong core takes pain out of your back, so let's think that. Let's think about that. Last two, one, time. Okay. Switching it over to side plank. Ready, set, go. Same thing, only 20 seconds, but let's just add to the difficulty with willful contraction and perfect posture. Five seconds, 2, 1, time. Other side. Elbow under the shoulder, shoulder down strong. Ready, set, go. Five seconds left. Time. Does anyone remember that movie Into the Wild with the Eddie Vedder's acoustic soundtrack? That's one hell of a movie. And one of the lines from that is, it's not always that you have to be strong, but sometimes you just have to feel strong. And I think there's some truth to that, right? If you're feeling strong, you're feeling mentally healthy, you're feeling positive, you have hope, let's use that. Okay, donkey kick, so set back up in hands and knees position, nice and strong. Ready, set, breathe in, knee forward, exhale, just to that spot with no extra extension of the back. 2 of 10. 7. Last one. Good. Settle in, back to center. Think another side. Ready, set, breathe in, leg forward, exhale. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. And last one. Time. Flip it over, 10 reps, glute bridge. Right here, ready, set, breathe in. Exhale, come on up. 1, 4, halfway, 10. Good, that's it. Okay, so rest for a couple breaths. We're going to set up for floor crunch. Don't worry about that one set we didn't do. I think 2 is pretty good for this exercise. You want some spinal flexion, but we're putting the emphasis on all those other justified points. Okay, hands on the side of the head, elbows forward, 10 to 15 reps. Second last thing for core. Ready, set, breathe in. Exhale, come on up, curl it up. Lots of control here. 2, 3, 6, 8, last one. Good. Go ahead and get up. Last thing, our skill for today, our major lift, sandbag lift, okay? One more set, 10 to 15 reps, and we still have over 10 minutes to do a full body stretch. And think about a couple little things, hopefully. Okay, standing over the bag. Last time, ready, set, go. Close to the body, spine vertical, knees solid. 1. 2, it's okay to re-grip if you need to. Normally you let go of the bag, but just not today. 4. 6, notice how your glutes help the lift. 10. 12. 2 more. I don't forget that I'm doing a live stream when I get in that, but for a second there, I'm just breathing and I'm just moving. Feels great. Shake it out. Grab a little bit of water, and we're going to do a full body stretch. Okay, we'll start standing and make our way to the mat. Just standing here, shoulders down and back, chin up, breathe in. Exhale, one ear to one shoulder. Always stretching out your neck, right? Why do we do this every time? When was the last time your neck wasn't tight? Breathe in, back to center. Exhale to the side. Okay, one arm up, reach in behind the elbow, breathe in. Exhale, working your hand down the mid-back, chin up to be able to open your airway and breathe. Other side, set it up, breathe in. Exhale. Thumb down, arm out in front, elbow, or reach in behind the elbow, breathe in, shoulders square. Keep them that way, exhale, pull it across. Your arm might be slippery, just hook into it and tighten up your upper body. Basically the hand that's pulling. And other side, set it up, breathe in. Exhale, pull it across. So we're getting stronger, we're healing, working on range of motion, skill, and some of our specific priorities when it comes to fitness components. Good. Open up your stance fairly wide. Breathe, and one arm out like that. Breathe in, tight core. Exhale as you bend that leg a bit and lean. It's like your extended angle, only a more stable version here. If you keep that core in and tight, you'll see how that pulls on the hip in a good way. Lengthening through the hip. Let's come out, breathe in. And exhale, other side with the leg bending. Core in and tight, influencing the tight hip musculature. for a well-balanced physique, a functional physique, less pain. And more fun. Back up here. Now for the adductors, the inside of the leg, we're just going to come back into this position. See how we're systematically going from top to bottom, getting lower and lower to the ground. The next thing will be our hip flexors. Shifting gently over to the other side. With every breath, the stress drifting away from you to some distant land. With every inhale comes that positivity, right? The light just started shining in here. Literally as I just said that. Little shift, and it hasn't done that for the rest of that hour. Probably just a coincidence, right? Kneeling, top of the foot on the ground, posture up here, nice and tall, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward. Not trying to swing for the fences. We don't want to stretch your hips in all one go here. Try to keep it to your 70% kind of pain gauge. And it might not be hurting that bad, but just look at it as a sensation gauge. How intense is it? Nice and easy back to a controlled position to switch sides. Posture tall, breathe in. Exhale, lean forward. Really enjoying the fact that we got a lot of important work done here today, and we get to carry that forward. Doesn't matter if the stock market goes up and down, we're going to keep those gains within reason. Coming out, let's have a seat and get the back of the leg one at a time. So one leg straight, the other one like so. Square up, breathe in, sit tall. Exhale as we hinge at the hip, leading with the chest, articulating that heel out. And this is the one that just feels so damn good. Okay, back up, switch sides. Again, sit tall. Breathe in, square up. Exhale, hinge forward. Still got 5 minutes left. We'll use every minute. More time to meditate, to slowly get appropriate volume in on things that matter. Good. Let's lie to the side, into our upper arm if it's comfortable. And we're going to find the foot here. Breathe in. Line up the knees. Exhale as we gently pull back on that foot and extend the hips forward. Good enough for now. Let's let it go. And again, I keep talking about even getting off the ground with a careful back. So you can log roll, tighten up, make sure everything moves, neutral spine, shift. Whatever it is, be nice to your back. Find your foot, line your upper arm, breathe in. Exhale, pull back gently, extend those hips, line up the knees. Okay, just the glutes left. And to do that, let's lie on our back, cross over the knee, go in the space, that triangular space with the one hand, and on the outside lateral aspect of your leg, go around, grab the front of your shin or behind your hamstring with interlaced fingers. Breathe in. As you exhale, pull in gently, keep that low back close to the ground, and take that top knee and rotate it away from the midline of the body, or externally rotate at the hip. Carefully let that go. Shift to the other position, for the other side. Set it up the same way, interlace. Breathe in. Exhale as you lean back. Carefully pull in, externally rotate the hip. Hip square. If you need to regrip, that's okay. Just focus on that strong grip. Hands might be sweaty. Okay, last thing, let's do some child's pose. Okay, what we're going to do in this child's pose is go knees all the way together, and then we're going to reach ahead like so, starfish hands, breathe in with a tall back to start, and tight core. Breathe in. Exhale as we lean into it and pull the mat horizontally ever so slightly. Trying to flatten your low back by pressing through the hands, sinking towards the heels. Let's come out of that and carefully do whatever you want. You're at home doing your thing. Thanks a lot. That's it. All I have for you today. A shout out to my physiotherapist in Sprotfield, Ruby McEachern, and my new massage therapist, Lynn. Amazing massage yesterday. Remember, think outside the box, and just in like that movie, that surfing movie, Point Break. Keanu Reeves was faced with the decision to rat out his friend. Sometimes you've got to make tough decisions. Either way, make the most of it. I'll see you next time. It was Patrick Swayze, that's who I was thinking of.